Yeah, so we have tools and mechanisms in place for customers so that they can keep their money safe, but it's really about making sure you continue to do that.
And that earlier point that you made regarding the people that come up to you and that they're so embarrassed, I think it's a natural humanistic feeling to feel embarrassed when you've been done in. I mean, essentially, someone that you've believed have lied to you and
you feel foolish.
Yeah, they fooled you.
Yeah.
So the advice that I would give is, first of all, accept it.
Yeah.
You're not unique, unfortunately. As you rightfully say, we are all on the verge of being scammed or schemed for. And
didn't your latest research actually
absolutely right.
mention 1 in 10?
1 in 10 smartphone users have actually been the victim of a scam attempt. And even if you look at ScamWatch, those numbers have doubled year on year. In 2020 was about $180,000. The year after that, about $380,000. 2022, about $580 million worth.
So I think that's really about saying this isn't about me personally.
No.
I'm not foolish.
No.
This is just something that's happened. And
I have been fooled, that's it.
Yeah, and it's really time to combat that. So what are some of the things that they can do as soon as they feel that,
yes,
I don't think something's quite right? What do you recommend that customers do immediately when they get that feeling?
Well, look, there's a pre-event, post-event. Pre-event being before I've actually been scammed, or I've now clicked on that link, or I've now provided my information. Well, the first response is stop.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't click on that SMS or provide that code or give away the information. But the moment you've done that, you now need to be in protection mode. And there's really great organizations like ID Care, which is a governmentally funded organization out there that is able to help consumers deal with the imposition of having been scammed and their identities potentially being stolen.
Yeah.
Part of your reaction also needs to be to go to your credit provider and to make them aware of the fact that this has happened, so that there could be a stop placed or a note placed on your credit file, so that no one can open up accounts or go into debt on your behalf.
Yeah.
And then really take a proactive stance about looking at your online presence. Are you one of those people that use the same PIN code in your Qantas frequent flyer app than what you do in your internet banking code? Are you one of those people that have, very, very easily to understand passwords for those same online profiles that you have? We've got to be more vigilant. And so, your financial well-being conversation is so true. I see AMP doing that already. And I think it's a leading placement to do that. And I wish everyone was a little bit more proactive.
Yeah,
because we're not going to address this only with technology.
No, exactly. And I think about things like we have recently implemented the fraud hotline, which means that I would urge all our customers and customers more broadly that if you do feel like something isn't quite right with the engagement that you've had with someone on the phone, or you feel like you may have given too much information away, call the fraud hotlines with the banks, speak to someone, you get to speak to them immediately. They will not judge you, and they will help you either recover or stop any type of scam that you've been involved in from a financial perspective. And then to your point, I think it's really about making sure that from a proactive perspective, you really start to then keep your details and your data safe.
Correct. I mean, that message to your customers, very valid. I'm going to give your customers a quick message, which is when they tell you that it's a scam, it probably is. Don't do the transfer. And I think we've seen that in other financial services companies, where even when the conversation with the customers, listen, I don't think this is right. This is possibly you being scammed. There's still sometimes, unfortunately, people who go ahead and make that funds transfer because the belief is so strong that they're not being scammed.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It's been great spending some time today talking about this type of issue. It's something, I think, and I'm hoping that people walk away feeling like it's not something to be embarrassed about, and that you've learned a little bit about some of the prevalence of scams, both from an Australian perspective, but also from a global perspective. It's been great. And so thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.